Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video, and today we are going to be tying another realistic fly fishing nymph, and we're going to be using the same hook as the one before. We are going to be using an Arax freshwater wet fly in size 6. I'm using quite a big hook here just to demonstrate it and make it easier for video purposes, but you can tie these on miniature scale, so that's why I really like this fly, as it's so versatile. So we're going to do what we usually do by get the thread onto the hook like so, and then what we're going to do is you need some soft wire, and this is gold in small from Uni Products. And you're going to snip off around 20 centimeters, and what you need to do once you have the two pieces is fold it in half, so you get the two ends together, put them next to each other, and then simply roll your finger down and fold the two pieces together. Once you have that, you want to tie it on to your hook, onto the top of the hook like so, and take that down to the bottom of the shank until it starts to bend like so, and then bring your thread back up. And what I've got here is some soft wire in brown and medium size. And then what you're going to do is snip off around the same size as what you did before. And what you're going to do with this piece is just tie it onto the side of the shank, like so. All the way down to the same point. Then once you've got to that point with your thread, bring your thread back up to the point where you tied in the wire, which is around there. Then with the brown, in touching turns, wrap towards the eye of the hook. Try and be as neat as possible. And what you want to simply do is just keep wrapping. And then when you get to the point just before where you tied in your bit of wire, bend your wire so it's flush with the shank, and then go over your thread to tie it in like so. Then get your scissors and cut off the excess tag like so. And then now what we're going to do is I'm going to reshuffle the camera position, and what we're going to do here is with these two bits of wire that we tied in the back, you're going to separate them, and we're going to start doing a weave. So what you do is bend your wire over, and then with the wire that's on this side, you go over the tag, under, and then through the loop that we created in that bend. Pull that through, and then tie it like so, and that creates a weave. And then we do it exactly the same but the opposite way. And then we just keep doing that until we get to the end. So the weave should start looking like this. And you can go all the way to the end if you want, but what I'm going to do is tie it in here. And then tie it in like so. And then what we can do is snip off the wire like so. And then push it down so it doesn't get in the way. So when we get to this point, you want to get some pheasant tails. And then get around 3 to 5 bits of feathers. And then what you want to do is snip them off. And then tie them in here, like so. To where the weave ends. Usually I'd bring the weave up here, but I didn't have enough wire. And then what we do is start wrapping this towards the eye of the hook. And when we get to this point, you want to tie in your bits of pheasant tail and then snip it off here, like so. And then what you want to do is grab around 5 to 6 pheasant tails. And then when you snip them off, you want to turn them upside down and then tie them in like so to here. Then when you get to this stage, what you want to do is get some realistic looking legs. And the legs that I have got here are the ones that I use. And I have these available to buy. The link will be down in the description where you can get these legs. And then what you do is get the leg and make a bend like so. And then when you've got that, you want to tie that into the fly just where those fibers end, like so. And then you want to repeat that the other side. So you make a simple 2 bends in there. And then you tie it in to the fly like so. And then you get your varnish. I use nail varnish and just simply dab a bit on to secure it into place. And then what you can do, this bit can be quite tricky, is get your thread and wrap towards the eye of the hook. Just making sure everything's neat. Like so. And then what you can do is bring your thread in front of the legs. And then when it gets to this point, grab your scissors and you're going to use part of the scissors to make a bend. And then from that bend you want to do it a little bit further down so you can make 2 bends. When you have that, snip off to create a small looking leg. Then we repeat that the other side. So you should have 2 legs like that. Then what you want to do is bring back the thread to the start where you tied in these pheasant tails, and this is going to be the head of the fly. And then what we do is get some dubbing for this. And the dubbing I'm going to be using is the Vicuna dubbing in olive. And remember, with dubbing, little is more, so you don't need to put loads onto your thread. What you do is put dubbing onto your thread. This bit can become a bit tricky, so just take your time over it. And you want to wrap towards the eye of the hook like so. And then keep wrapping to when you get to the legs, and then pull the legs back and bring your thread over the top like so, making sure you don't catch those legs. Then when you get to this part, you grab your pheasant tails, pull that over, put your finger on top of those pheasant tails to hold them in place. And then what I do to build the head up even more is bring my thread back round underneath that dubbing and then tie it in to where we tied in the head. Pull those fibres back and then go over once again. Grab your scissors and cut just up so there's a little tag end sticking out so it looks like part of the body. And then grab your whip finish tool, making sure you don't catch the legs, and do a 3 to 5 turn. Pull the thread tight, snip off the thread, and that is the fly nearly complete. And what you want to do here is grab your varnish and put it over the thread so the thread doesn't come loose. And then the final stage of this fly is to get our clear varnish and then get enough on there and dab it over those weaves we made, and you do it underneath like so. Then if you put a bit too much on like here, get your dubbing needle and just go underneath to take all of that off. So once the nail varnish is on and drying, that is the realistic weave bug. This is the half weave. I'll be making some more videos like this coming out, so make sure you subscribe and you'll see those videos coming up. So thanks for watching, guys.